Hello.
Hi, welcome to REGEN Relationship Clinic. This is Mr. and Mrs. REGEN. My name is Olabisi David.
And my name is Damilai David.
Yes. We're happy to have you here on our channel today.
Yeah.
If you are a first timer, please kindly subscribe to our channel, like this video and drop a comment. We'll be happy to welcome you. Thanks for following. And today we have an exciting topic to talk about.
Yeah. We just want to advise, we know it's an era of jackpot level. Everybody, especially to our folks in Nigeria who wants to relocate to other countries like Canada, where we are, UK, US. We just want to tell you that don't come to Canada or UK or US with your spouse. So why? You will know as we come back.
Okay, welcome. So today we want to talk about jackpotting with your spouse. As King D said earlier, don't come to Canada with your spouse if you're not ready to do the things we want to mention in this video. This is the era where a lot of people are relocating out of their home country for many reasons, and as much as it's a blessing, we are beginning to see that it's something that may be destructive to some marriages if care is not taken. And that's why we are doing this video today, because irrespective of your location, we want to see your marriage succeed, and that's why we're talking about this topic today.
It is better to come with your spouse. Yeah, we won't lie to you, because we remember when we were still trying to come to Canada. At the point when it was becoming a bit difficult, like, it is coughing, and I was like, yeah, my baby should go, yeah, my baby should go, because I wanted them to just be in a better place at that moment. But now we found out that if they had come alone, wow, the level of depression, it's a big thing.
Me, I would have gone back to Nigeria.
Because even now that we are together, we know some things that try to creep in, many things you're missing back home. So not to talk of coming alone, but that's on the one hand. But on the other hand, it's better not to come at all, because we have seen a lot of things in this part of the world where there is a high level of liberal living. Yeah. The rate at which marriages are really crumbling here. Marriages that even seem to be better back at home.
Marriages that have spanned for years back in Nigeria.
And they will just get here in less than how many days, in how many weeks rather, how many months. Some marriages you can never imagine, but if you look at those things that are responsible for the breakup or divorce, and you will just be wondering, and these are the things we are trying to talk about now, that if you can see any trace of this in your marriage and you've not settled them, don't come to Canada or UK or wherever. Yeah. So number one is, which is a little bit broad, is if you have unsettled issues, don't come to Canada. We are saying Canada because that is where we live. Don't come to Canada. And an example is, if you have issues in your past, let's say issues of trust that is based on maybe infidelity, maybe the husband is not faithful to the wife, and we've seen many situations whereby when they get here, the wife has been forgiving the man, especially when it comes to an incident that is repetitive. Yeah. This is an environment that women have a lot of power. That is almost like opposite of what we have back there in our country, in Nigeria. And because of that, a woman has the ability to deal with a man, especially a man that is trying to abuse her emotion or something like that. And many women, if they get to find out about how powerful they are, Not because they naturally want to get bad, but you know there's a way when you have a recollection of everything, your pains of the past, they can, in fact, some things you feel you are forgiven somebody about.
Yes.
In fact, you can even get angrier than you were in the beginning. And when you now have a circle of friends that are preaching to you, you know you need your freedom, you don't allow any man to cage you. In fact, if you need that man, you will be richer, you'll be able to define your own life. Not because the woman actually wants to listen to her friends, but because of a lot of things that she has bottled up in her. So please, if you know you want to come to Canada together or UK, because of the way the system works here, please and please settle your differences and settle them honestly and sincerely.
Yes, if possible, you could even employ the services of a professional counselor.
Yeah.
Infidelity recovery sessions, you know, just make sure that you pour it all out.
Trauma healing.
Make sure that everything is settled. You don't come in with baggages, because I tell you, if you come in with those emotional baggages, it's just a little thing that will trigger something great, and then people will be like, what happened now? Is it that you people have, and you are like, maybe because of that awareness you now have, you are like, I can't even believe I'm the one that was taking all this nonsense in Nigeria, you know, and just a little trigger and the whole thing will just scatter. So as much if you are ready to put in the work in your marriage, the first step is to make sure that before you embark on this journey of relocation, make sure you have a heart-to-heart talk with your spouse. If it's beyond the heart-to-heart talk, make sure you talk to a professional counselor. And when I mean professional counselor, sometimes your pastor may not be a professional marriage counselor.
Yeah.
I know that when you go to your pastor with marital issues, they'll say, sister Akinie, you know Bible says to me, brother Akinie, you know, this one you did is too much, you know. And if you are not careful, you guys pastor will say you should reconcile, you beg each other right there, but the issue has not been addressed. And you would think that everything is fine until you discover that a little thing that would just come up again, and then all the things you thought was in the past is coming back to you again.
The past and
you
bring
know,
it back to the
everything
present.
is coming back. So please, if possible, speak to a professional marriage counselor. If there is an issue of infidelity, make sure you go through the infidelity recovery sessions. I know many counselors do that. Make sure that you are properly healed from any past experiences, from any trauma. Make sure it's all settled before you embark on your jackpot journey.
Yeah. Number 2 points that I'll be bringing to you: don't come to Canada. Sorry, it's anywhere, but I'm saying Canada. Don't come to Canada with your spouse if, as a man, you are not mature enough mentally, in terms of your behavior. See, this is not the time to bring in your ego, especially if you're a man that you are used to abusing your woman physically. That singular act can ruin your career that you've built for a long time. Any small thing, you're like, I will slap you now. Any small thing, you're already beating your wife. You started removing your bet. I remember one piece of advice that my boss gave to me. He said, he was just saying, like in UK, if you are screaming with your wife, you are screaming, both of you are having a hot session, you're not even beating her. He said, if somebody should call the police and the police comes in, whether you are right or you are wrong as the man, they will tell you to excuse the woman. For that moment, you go out. But if God now does it, you now touch that woman. My boss was saying that it's in front of the children that they will put handcuff on that man's hand first. So please, you have, you know, a lot of things from my own experience. Yeah, we men may have a lot of shock absorber for certain physical things, like women easily tend to get depressed here easily because, you know, they miss their friends, they miss their parents, they miss you know, from food back at home, no agbalumo, no
Which kind of casting is this?
Now, those things may not really affect men like that. You understand? Because we can easily get other things to distract ourselves. And because of that, most times it seems like those things, when they pile up, our wife may want to react. Sometimes they just be crying, like some cry baby beside me. They may just start crying, be wondering why. But sometimes
this video was forecasting me.
No. But really, beyond that, if you feel like your wife overreacted, try to understand that there are a lot of things surrounding those things. So you should try to be calm. Don't go and raise your hand and beat a woman here. Oh, please, don't try it. For example, in Canada, the way they rate things, not like in Nigeria, that Oko is the man is the head of everything. It is children. After children is the woman. After woman, it's not even you. It's animal. After man, after animal, your cat, your dog. After the dog is you. So can you now see how much? And it's because of what men have done over time. So that's why this protection is so high. So please make sure you are mature enough to absorb things. And I've told you why those things that can trigger that in your wife because of depression. You know, she's missing a lot of people. You know. So please, that's another thing.
And to be honest, you have no reason. Whether, even if you are in Nigeria, forget what the culture says. You have no reason to be doing all these things. If you are actually looking to be a good partner, then these things should not be found in you, whether you jackpot or no jackpot. Because I know that there are some people that the reason they don't want to jackpot is because they are not willing to change who they are because of cases like this. You hear people say, don't ever take a woman abroad, or don't ever take your wife abroad. There are some men that they prefer to be abroad and then be coming home to visit. You know, you come and visit, you go back, you come and visit, not because of documentation issues. They just don't want their wife to be abroad because they know that once the woman becomes aware of her rights, they know that they cannot cope because of their own personality, and it's not a good thing. If you're an abusive partner, Nigeria or Canada or UK, it's bad, it's terrible. Don't abuse one another.
Yeah, before we go into the last point, she has spoken for the women. Don't be an abusive partner, and I spoke for the women too. As a man, don't abuse your wife. Now let me now speak for the man also. Please, as much as we have men that are very abusive, there are some women too, that some wives that you can easily see that they are dictating nature. Some women, they take advantage of their husband's kindness, calmness. If your husband sees that you are somebody that is quick to anger, that you don't like to share finance with him, even when it's obvious that things are just down for him at that moment, they may think twice. Well, because they know the power that women have here. If you are somebody that you can easily slap your husband, it will be difficult for that man to take you abroad. If you are dictating, because he will be thinking that if you get here, you have more power over him. So if your wife trusts you, I could come here because I know a lot of things my wife has done for me in Nigeria. So it's not because, yes, God no go shame us and God will not allow the devil to come into our marriage. But I believe my wife to a fault that, my wife can hardly be influenced. You understand? Because she has demonstrated some things, some love. I know how far she had gone for me when I even didn't have money. You know things that she has done. So because of that, I know that even if you come here, and she has continued to exhibit those things. So please, if it seems like your husband is afraid of you, he may not want to come abroad with you. And if you think that is your wife, I think you should settle that other aspect. Yes. So the last part we'll be talking about now is, please, if you are traditional, either the man or the woman,
either man or woman,
don't bother to come here. And that one is broad, which we'll be talking about, picking some points from it as we're ending this discussion.
You know, there are traditions and cultures that are acceptable based on different regions. Yes, and the part of the world where we come from, I'm not saying everyone, but the general practice is that we believe the man is the one that will bring money to their home. The woman is the one to take care of the children, feed the family, clean the house,
cook, wash the plates,
feed the family, and all these roles, even though that I don't know, many people think they are gender-based roles. It doesn't work like that in this part of the world because of so many factors. This is a place where work schedules are, there are sometimes that while one person is on duty, the other person is the one that is
work schedules are not defined.
Yes,
so
work schedules are not defined. You may not be working. It's not like in Nigeria that everybody goes to work in the morning.
Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. No.
Yes, and this is not a place that, well, maybe for some people, but most people, we have both partners working. Husband has to work, wife has to work. And this is a place that you don't really have the kind of support we have back home in Nigeria.
We
You may
don't
not
have it
have
here.
such.
Yeah.
I remember when we were in Nigeria, I had good support. When maybe when my daughter is on holiday or even midterm break or even weekends, I have my family to take her to. They will take care of her for me, and I'm at peace. But yeah, there's nobody. In fact, you have to, for every hour that your child will spend with a sitter, you are paying for it. You're paying heavily for it. So this is a place that you don't. There's nowhere to say, please, I'm coming. Let me quickly go and buy something in the market. Nobody to leave your child.
Or you're overwhelmed with workload, and you want to bring somebody to come and help you clean your house, cook for you, like we used to do in Nigeria. Somebody come and wash your clothes.
Yeah.
Your salary gone may not be able to pay it. Yeah.
So all those support that we readily enjoy in that part of the world is this. We don't have so much of it here. So it calls for a serious teamwork, and that's why we say, don't come to Canada if you are traditional. You are a man and you think, why will I be the one to be waiting for the child? Why will I be the one to be cooking? Your wife is on duty. You think it's like when you're in Nigeria that you put your leg on the stool and be reading newspaper until food is ready. Okay, you enter kitchen.
Yeah, anybody can enter kitchen. Anybody can take the children to school.
Yeah.
Anybody can cook. And the same way, it is not my money is my money. Finances. Your money is our money. So that is where finance comes in. We need to support ourselves, especially when you're just coming in. My salary may not be enough. You can even find out that even the amount you are paying for house rent is just the amount you are earning in a month.
Maybe for one person.
For one person. So how do you? So now from the woman's side, if you're a traditional woman, whereby you know that you believe that the husband is the breadwinner, maybe when you come in here, if you know that is the kind of mindset you want to uphold, maybe you may want to hold on and stay in Nigeria first. But I'm just joking. But you know, you need to be able to support your husband. But with all these things you have said too, it goes back to the first point. Settle issues, because if you don't trust yourself on finance, it will be difficult for you to leave your money. You know, some people will be sending their money only to their family members, and will still expect their wife to come and use the money, you know, for them. So please, don't be traditional about finance as well.
Communication is very vital. Key. This place you have to talk about a lot of things. If not, things will go wrong, and then it may go wrong even beyond repair. The earlier we discuss all these things, even before you pack your bags, even before you begin the application process, these are things that we need to discuss about. I remember when we submitted our application to Canada, I was telling my husband that in fact, the way I'm hustling as a pharmacist in this Nigeria, that when I get to Canada, I'm not going to work. I was like, you will not work, you know. But we talked about it. You know, we kept discussing all these things, and
at the point I was even misquoting her. You won't work. Maybe we should sit back first.
Yes. As it was like, you won't work. It's not better we stay in this Nigeria. He's not going to Canada again. I'm like, So because I'm not working now, you don't go to Canada again. But getting here, nobody even needs to tell you. Immediately we entered, me that I was for me, I won't work. Although we already agreed and discussed it before we even came to Canada, but you will see the zeal and passion with which I was looking for a job as soon as we landed, because it's in your face. You can see it. Except you want to live as a pauper in this city. If you want to have,
you don't make money 1 month like this, you are in depression.
If you want to have a good life and for yourself, your family, your children, you need to come together as a team. You know, people come in here and then after maybe like 1 or 2 years, they buy houses, they start to become homeowners and all that. It's usually a joint effort. No one person can do it. So if you are the kind of person that believes that your husband should carry out the load, there are two things involved. It's either you want the man to die from working overtime, or you are ready to be eating from hand to mouth. You know, whatever it brings is what we'll take. But if you want to actually live a good life, then both of you must sit together and be ready to put in the work. And this is not a place you can overwork yourself. The weather is not friendly. You have to build together. So if you are a traditional person, you are not ready to support one another. You are not ready to take on. When you see that this place is lacking, my partner is not available, you quickly step in. If you are not ready to come with that kind of mindset, then you had better just stay back.
We are supposed to end it right here, but please let me just put one more point very shortly. Please, one of the things that easily break marriage here is friendship. Please choose your friendship very well. Especially, I'm sorry, I'm not gender biased here, but especially among women.
Why are you pointing at me?
No, I'm not pointing at you, I'm just because see,
I'm looking for friends, so if you are
good friends, though.
Good friends in
No, I trust her. She can. My wife is more intelligent. She's very intelligent. So,
if you are living in Calgary, please connect.
Connect, yes. You can use any platform of REGEN relationship link, or use that WhatsApp number to chat us.
Yes,
but this is what I'm saying. Many of the experiences I've seen of marriages that these are promising marriages. It doesn't have to. It has nothing to do with religion. Even pastors' marriages are breaking here. In fact, very well. But you know, another thing that some women, because they are good women, they still come here with spirit of forgiveness, despite what has been happening. But some circle of friends will open their eyes, trying to give them freedom, but you know, excessively. And they are the ones that open their eyes to. Don't need any man to cage you, whatever. I hope you understand what I'm saying. But please choose your friends wisely. Friends that will help you build your home, not destroy it. Many of them, they have broken homes, and they are looking for people to bring into that carcass. I'm not saying everybody with broken homes have issues. No. Some people are not in their marriage for good reasons. Yeah. We can't dispute the fact that some husbands too they are, God forbid. So yes, but you know what? Make sure you make friends that will help build you, add value to you, maritally, spiritually, physically, and every other sphere of your life. With this, okay, you want to say something?
Yes, and just to wrap it up, come with the mindset that my marriage will work.
Yeah.
If you come with the mindset that one more, anyhow it comes, we'll give it like that, you will find yourself opting out quickly, because marriage requires work on its own. Whether you're in Nigeria or any other part of the world, you want to put in the work, but because many people in Nigeria, because the society does not encourage divorce and separation, people tend to want to make it work.
And yeah, we have plenty divorce lawyers.
Yes,
that's their own profession.
In Nigeria, people want to make it work because, you know, they don't want to make it work. They want to make sure that they have put in all their best. But in this part of the world, people are not ready to put in too much effort. Once they see that, it's like this thing is not working, they move. And because nobody will judge you. Yes, I'm not saying that you should stay put in a violent environment, but I'm just saying that as you come with that mindset that my marriage will work irrespective of the location. What God has joined together, no man will put asunder. And if you come with that mindset, you see that things become easy. What two people will join hands to do is going to be an easier burden than what you alone will have to carry. So our marriages will work in Jesus' name.
Amen. So thank you very much.
Yeah.
We are not saying you should not come, but make sure that these small things, the Bible calls them little foxes. Take care of them back home before you come here, because this place has a way of making them big. Things that are no big deal will become something serious. If you see reasons why marriages are breaking up here, you won't even say that it's a big deal. So thank you very much. Make sure you drop, if you have a personal experience about what we have said, please make sure you drop it in the comment section, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you. My wife is looking for friends in Calgary.
I didn't know we are looking for friends. If you are
you know me, I'm a sanguine already.
My husband is but seriously, not like we just want to meet with people.
Yeah,
we want to mingle, you know. So please,
I want to carry this message of hope that we have in REGEN to more people, and you can
want
really
to reach out to more people. So please, if you are open to friendships, connections, please reach out. We'll be glad to connect with you as well. Thank you.